Hey, it's Stephen Platinum, your friend in wrestling with Platinum versus NXT. This is from June 29th, 2021. Big things are afoot, clearly. I think the loss by Bronson Reed of his title. One, it's to the right person, it's to the right group. Hit Row. I'm a big fan and have been since their debut, as you know if you've listened to this regularly. Does that mean Bronson Reed's moving up? It certainly seems like a bunch of shuffling is going to take place, and I ain't gonna say that Raw and SmackDown don't need it, because they do. So we'll see what's going on. So this is the go-home edition for the Great American Bash. We got Vic Joseph welcoming us, and of course Wade Barrett is there as well. Number one contenders triple threat. We're starting off hot, AEW style. Ember Moon and Shotzi against Io Shirai and Zoe Stark against Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. A barn burner of an open, really fantastic. NXT continues their tradition that they've had as of late of just having banger matches right from the jump, and Io Shirai and Zoe Stark win, which I believe is kind of the most interesting matchup that they could have based on what they've been doing lately, if I'm being honest. So Great American Bash is going to be Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell defending their titles against Zoe Stark and Io Shirai, and I'm here for it, as the kids say. We got NXT champion Karrion Kross and Scarlett walking backstage, and Gargano attacks Kross out of nowhere. Security rushes and breaks it up. Kross says Gargano is a dead man. Back from the break, and they address Beth Phoenix not being there. Beth Phoenix is on vacation. Cool. We get a promo for the breakout tournament returning in 2 weeks. The 2019 tournament, I believe, was the first and only one that they had. And you look at most of their roster, right? Cameron Grimes, Isaiah Swerve Scott, Bronson Reed, Jordan Miles, who won it, Angel Garza, Dexter Lumis, Boa. I mean, it shows how important this thing can be. The winner of the 8-man tournament will receive a title match of his choosing, like last time. Why would you choose? Okay, whatever. Mackenzie Mitchell is backstage with Bronson Reed, who is the NXT North American champ, asking him about the return of the breakout tournament. Reed isn't sure if he would be champion if it wasn't for the tournament because it elevates him. Hit Row interrupts and taunts him. Can't believe, Isaiah Swerve Scott can't believe that of everyone in the first tournament that Reed is a champion now. Top Dollar, AG Francis, and Swerve want Reed to put the title on the line. Reed seems to tell Swerve that he can have a title match. Whoops. So now we're back to the ring, and out comes Karrion Kross with Scarlett. Calls out Johnny Gargano. Says, come out here when I can actually see the punch coming, see the shot coming. The fans chant Johnny Wrestling, and Kross warns Gargano not to make him wait. Gargano comes out, and he's not afraid of Kross, so he says, "Do you know who the hell I am?" And Kross jumped him like a coward, and he's going to beat him at his own game. Gargano says the ring is his, and while he doesn't have a sword, he has actual talent. Oh, a true McIntyre diss. I'm for it. So basically, Austin Theory attacks Kross from behind, and then Gargano joins in, and they double team Kross. Which, again, are they baby facing Gargano? And stuff like this, the WWE makes just so difficult. Kross basically tosses those guys around. Kross goes to smash Gargano's head on the top of the steel steps, but security, including Samoa Joe, makes the save. Gargano jumps up and decks Kross during the chaos. Gargano and Theory retreat. Kross and Joe face off and have a few words. Up next, Diamond Mine. So back from the break, we see the battery charger teaser from recent weeks. It goes from 60 to 61. Gargano and Austin Theory are backstage heading to the parking lot. They hop in Theory's SUV and drive off. as Theory kisses Gargano's butt, saying his super kick to Karrion Kross was good. Isaiah Swerve Scott and Bronson Reed is confirmed for later for the North American title. Roderick Strong against Asher Hale. It's a good match for what it is. Roderick Strong wins, as one would expect. And after the bell, Strong does another submission. The referee warns him. The Diamond Mine stand tall together. Bivens takes the mic and says the Diamond Mine is open for business. What? And this is just the beginning, baby. Okay. Cameron Grimes is walking backstage. Cameron Grimes against Ari Sterling. Cameron Grimes, of course, picks up the win with the cave-in. He stands tall. Out comes the $1 million champion LA Knight to interrupt. Calls him a loser. They basically build up stuff. Keep going on. Knight calls the fans incels. Oh boy, Jeff G has you beat to the punch by at least 4 years. So much cooler when he did it as well. We see Kyle O'Reilly walking backstage, back to commercial and back from the break. And Mackenzie is with Shirai and Stark, but the Way interrupts them and taunts them over next week's match for the NXT Women's Tag Titles. And they want to point out and drive a wedge further by pointing out that Shirai and Stark don't even like each other. Shirai and Candice LeRae have some personal words before the Way walks off. Okay, we're setting up stories for next week. I like it. We go back to the ring. Here comes Kyle O'Reilly. Talks about testing himself. It's a better promo from Kyle O'Reilly. I thought it was really, really good. And he talks about how he beat Kushida, the Cruiserweight Champion, in a non-title win. And next week's Great American Bash match with Adam Cole, right? So it's the second time they faced each other. Cole comes marching down the ramp. He's all business. Samoa Joe comes out, and he wants to make sure nothing is going to happen physically between the two like we saw last week. We see security lined up on the stage. Joe enters the ring and apparently will stand between Cole and O'Reilly. Cole cuts a promo on Kyle. They basically do some stuff that sounds very shooty on each other, which I think is really great. Cole smacks the mic out of O'Reilly's hand at a certain point, and they face off closer. Joe gets in between. Cole acts like he's going to walk away, but he turns and swings. Joe has to duck to avoid being hit. Kyle blocks Cole and takes him down in a heel hook submission. Cole screams out. Kyle tightens the hold. Cole pleads for Joe to save him, but Joe walks off, which is a nice touch. Cole screams out, and the hold is finally broken as security hits the ring. They check on Cole as O'Reilly paces and seethes. We get a backstage promo from Tyan Shah. Zealy and Ball warn that Mercedes Martinez and Jake Atlas made a big mistake. Now it's time to pay. Mei Ying blows mist at the cameras. We go to commercial. The battery charger goes from 70 to 71. Hit Row is backstage. They're getting Isaiah Swerve Scott hyped for the bout. Swerve cuts a very small promo and warns Bronson Reed. Now we got Tian Shaw and Jake Atlas, and Tian Shaw versus Jake Atlas and Mercedes Martinez. This is really ugly. They have the match. And at the end of it, I mean, that kick, it's absolutely brutal. I'm surprised they sort of kept it. I mean, it was obviously a kick that went really wrong and really dropped Martinez. If Martinez really isn't hurt and it was just a great sell, sure. But I mean, when you look at slow motions of that kick, just absolutely brutal. And I hope Mercedes Martinez is okay. All right, back from the break. It's time for a face-off for the Great American Bash. Here's Tommaso Ciampa and Timothy Thatcher with steel chairs in hand. And then the NXT Tag Champs, MSK, that's Nash Carter and Wes Lee, also with chairs in hand. They basically go, we respect you guys, but we're going to win. MSK strikes first with a slap. They face off. Ciampa says MSK got a freebie this week, but they won't be so lucky next week. All right. Mackenzie Mitchell's backstage with William Regal talking about the Great American Bash. Regal is also excited about the breakout tournament, so they're promoting things 2 weeks in advance, which is really nice. Sarai interrupts and says she wants a match against someone like Toni Storm. Regal thanks her and says he's going to take it into consideration. Bronson Reed defends in the main event. Come back from commercial, and the battery charger is from 80 to 81. Okay. Cross, and Scarlett are getting into a car, and cameraman asks them for comments. Austin Theory attacks, but Cross drops him. Gargano attacks from behind and beats Cross down, slams the car door on him. Gargano tells the camera anytime, any place, because Cross isn't on his level. Cross ends up attacking Gargano from behind and choking him out, then drops Theory from behind as he's struggling to get back up. Then Cross and Scarlett get back into the car and drive off. We see Samoa Joe helping Gargano up. Joe says maybe Gargano pushed Cross too far tonight. They go over the Great American Bash card. Sounds really good. And then we have our match. At the end of the day, Hit Row gets involved. Bronson Reed clears them out for the most part, but Swerve kicks him in the head, Reed, as he comes in, and then hits a 450, which looks really great, and gets the pin and wins the title. And that's it. Hit Row is triumphant. Isaiah Swerve Scott is your North American champion.